Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack, and we have got live tournament action coming at you right now on GSL's Terminus SE Vex vs. Madlib. This is our other semifinal matchup of tonight. We are going to be gearing up for our finals here in just a little bit. The winner of Vex vs. Madlib will be taking on Memory. And Memory doing a lot of work taking out Duh in this tournament, in that semifinal match we just got out of. Phenomenal play there. That is not a picnic. Duh is a phenomenal player and extremely difficult to beat. That I can attest to, because he beats me. I don't play him anymore. He's too good for me. But yeah, let's take a look here. Madlib versus Vex. Madlib going to be spawning down here as our blue Protoss, taking on Vex, who is our green Terran. Or down here at the 6 o'clock position. What did I say here for Madlib? Madlib is at the 3 o'clock position. Vex at the 6 o'clock position. There we go. I think I got it right. You know me. I love to make mistakes. Whatever. I do what I want. So let's take a look. Madlib not going to be worrying about walling off or any such things. And Vex either. Going to be putting his supply depot right here next to the command center. We'll take a look here. Is he going to send out a scout after this, or wait just a little while? I gotta love the first 2 minutes of the game. There's so much going on. Look at this chrono. Oh my goodness, that animation is so awesome. Look at that animation. Cool. Oh, a scout! A scout. There we go. Oh no, he's not a scout. Never mind. He's just going to be building a barracks up here in a slightly forward position in the main, near the ramp. Well, that was interesting. Hey, a scout! There we go. Now we really do have... Actually, there's not really close positions on this map. They're all close, sort of. But they're all about the same distance away. Yeah, I was disappointed about that. That guy was not a scout. But he does have a scout cruising out right now. But you know what? There's more action going on right now with Madlib's scout, who is just now finding his opponent's base. Look at this. He's going to put some serious pressure on this poor SCV. Ooh, maybe not. And look at this. Madlib maybe going to get out of here. We'll see. There is a Marine on the field, so definitely going to have to scoot on out of there. And Chrono Boost going down again. This is tons of fun. We do have the Cybernetics core almost complete here. Looks like a fairly standard opener here for Madlib. He is going to be getting double gas. That's indicative of some kind of tech, either that or heavy sentry. So it could be pretty solid here. Looks like about what you want to do. This is a pretty standard opener against Terran, so I mean, let's be honest. This is nice looking stuff. However, Vex doing a pretty nice opener himself. He is going to be getting a factory out. Looks like he may be going for a 1-1-1 build here. He does have a tech lab complete already and is getting out some Marauders, though. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he's just going to go for a Marine Marauder, but if he's going to do that, he's going to need another barracks here in just a moment. There's the Robo for Madlib, so probably a 3-gate Robo, I'm guessing, at this point. 3-gate Robo, a fairly powerful build against Terran these days. We've got triple gates right now and a robotic, so good guess. Ooh, almost trying to get a snipe there. No concussive shells, so it looks like this stalker is going to get away. Do we have concussive shells on the way yet? No. Oh, look at this. Factory to tech lab. Interesting. do have siege tanks, so probably going to see siege tech eventually. But we do have a starport with a tech lab as well. This is looking a lot like, I don't know, a Banshee push. That's my guess at this point. We do have an observer coming in here. He is going to scout this stuff, so not bad there. No detection here quite yet for Vex. So scouting information here for Madlib going to be crucial. He is going to see the the tech lab starport here. Does see the tech lab factory, sees the tank, knows exactly what's going on now, knows what to prepare for, but this is a tough build to hold off no matter what you do to counter. You've just got to have a lot of units, and it takes a little bit of micro. You have to be able to focus down different units as the Terran players moving their air and their ground units back and forth. You've really got to be on top of your micro. So kind of interesting what you have to do to hold this type of push off. We've got Hellion here. Got some more tanks on the way, a couple Marines. Where'd the Marauders go? Banshee cruising out here. Got some more Marines. And here comes the push. Vex is going to be cruising out with double Banshees, triple tanks, Marine Marauder, and a single Hellion. Kind of a nice combination here. It's a great unit combination. This is difficult for people to deal with a Protoss early game. But he does need to get going because Madlib is scouting all of this, and Madlib knows to be producing a lot of units. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do to try and overcome this type of push, is just pump units. Like it's your job, and indeed it is. You've got to have them in this game, otherwise you lose. Unless you want losing to be your job for that little Zergling. Vex taking his time moving out here. Oh my goodness. And is this truly an all-in? Well, it's not a full all-in, but he is definitely pulling SCVs to go with. Looks like Madlib going to have a small flank here, maybe. He's got quite a few units up here. We need to see some more units for Madlib, or this is not going to go well for him. Oh. Now he's got to attack from both sides right now. Oh, don't back up. This is a mistake, I think, here by Madlib. If he's going to have to engage here, then he's got to engage with these guys as well. Now he just had half of his army obliterated without really doing any real damage. So this is going to cost him here. He's going to have a tough time holding this off. Good force fields, though. That's going to keep these Marines from kiting. Took out quite a few of the Marines. Going to wait and see if he can reinforce this position. Not bad play here at all. But he has still got a long road to hoe here. He has got to do a lot of work to hold this off. We need to see some more units warping in. Where are they? Oh, he's warping them in back here. Here comes the attack. Getting the flank here. This was a nice plan by Madlib. He's just got to stay with it. Is he going to be able to clean this up? Oh, this tank. And still a Banshee on the ground. Yikes. Nice there by Vex. Too much repair on that tank to take it down. Lonely out on the live stream says he despises tanks. Boy, I am sure Madlib at this point is feeling that exact same pain. Oh, it's just so difficult to deal with. You just have to have a massive units, just have them completely obliterated to be able to hold on here sometimes. Just brutal, brutal, brutal. But look at this. I mean, double Banshee still and a Siege Tank still alive. Plenty of SCVs. Vex behind this, taking an expansion here, streaming some units out across the map, but not too many. He does have a Siege Tank here to guard his reinforcements, which is cool. Yep, and this coming right up into the main now. Looks like Madlib going to probably have some serious trouble holding this off. Nice push from Vex. What can we say, but just very, very well played here. Having to pull probes, give it one last ditch effort. Does not look like it's going to be enough, ladies and gentlemen, and that is game. Vex taking down game number 1. We'll be going into game number 2 here in just a moment. Don't alt tab, stay right where you are. Always alt StarCraft. We will see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Snack, and we have got live tournament action coming at you right now. This is game 2 in this semifinal between Vex and Madlib in today's Let It Ride tournament. Shattered Temple, nice map pick here, I think, by Madlib. Now, I noticed in the chat, though, that he's a little bit wary and upset that his opponent probably going to be 1-1-1ing him with SCV support again. It is extremely difficult to deal with. But it is what it is. Madlib going to be spawning down here as the red Protoss at the 6 o'clock position. Cross positions here on the map. Vex going to be spawning as our green Terran. So nice, good, far cross positions. Potentially a macro game. However, Vex seems to be very, very comfortable with his Banshee tank Marine push, which is absolutely difficult to deal with. Tons and tons of fun. Oh man, those SCVs are so difficult to deal with when he's with those SCVs repairing them. Anyway, so good stuff. Vex going to be working on a wall off here. Yes, it is. It is MLG. You can tell by the supply depot right here. On the low ground. That's a good telltale sign. And no, Vex did not build it. It is indeed neutral. That's the one, Vex. Good job. So, looks like a standard opener here by Madlib. Got his Cyber Core down. A single gas so far. This is about the time you get another gas, and look at that. There it is. So, double gas. He is probably going to be going for a 3-gate robo. I don't know. We'll see. Another thing that you can do is go 5 gates against 1-1-1. 5 gates tends to be pretty decent. You can get out a lot of stalkers. You really need to focus on your stalker production. And if you can, it depends on if they push it before the 9-minute mark. If they don't push before the 9-minute mark, around 9 minutes, as Protoss, you can go ahead and toss down a Forge and try and defend at your high ground. But scouting a 1-1-1 is really the key, and you need to try and utilize whatever advantages you have to try and and take that down. And one thing I do want to note is that Madlib not going to be putting his units or his buildings next to the ramps. Is a very, very smart move against a Terran player, especially if you think they may be going 1-1-1, like you can in a tournament setting. Obviously on the ladder you just have to kind of wing it, but tournament setting, I mean, it's a big possibility that Vex is going to go 1-1-1. However, he is not. He is going to be going for double racks. Does have a reactor down. And there's the Robo here for Madlib, so probably 3-gate Robo here I think is a wise move. It's always nice to get detection out. Cloak Banshees are just so difficult to deal with if you can't see them. What can I say? Look at this. He's turning around here. Vex looking like he was about to push an attack, but looks like he's turning around. He is going to be tossing down a command center. Did get supply blocked here. Looks like he's about to remedy that, I think, maybe. Says he's got a supply depot on the way somewhere. I just don't know where. Oh, there it is. It's back in the back of the base. Here's the observer for Madlib. Going to go find out what's going on. He is going to see something that probably will make him feel a little bit happy at this point. And here at the 7-minute mark, this will be a great time for him to scout so he can go ahead and toss down an expansion of his own. He's definitely going to need it, unless he's going to all in himself, so who knows. Do a big push, big 3-gate Robo push. Not a bad idea. But floating a little bit of extra minerals here. Madlib probably going to want to go ahead and start some Immortals. Or warp in some more units or something. Nice. He is going to expand off of his scouting intel there, so not bad. Looks like he did lose his poor observer. Poor little guy. He just wants to observe and report. And what does Vex have to go and do but scan him and blast him out of the sky with marine rifles? Who was the smug marine who did that? Who was it? Let's find him. There he is. It's the last one we clicked. Let's see this guy. Look at him. Look how smug he is. He's even got his back turned to us. He's like, leave me alone. I do what I want. Actually, he doesn't really do what he wants. He does exactly what Vex tells him to do, and Vex told him to do it, so it's all Vex's fault. But that's okay, because it's okay for Vex to do that. It's okay for Vex to kill stuff. Again, kill his opponent's stuff, that is. It's frowned upon for him to kill his own units. But yeah, I mean, 3 racks here. He is going to get a starport out. Looks like he's going to build a reactor here for the starport with this factory. So we should see a little switch here. A switcheroo. There we go. Nice looking defense here. We do have double bunkers. Good amount of marauders. So those are going to be super effective against this gateway heavy army at this point. We do have some Colossus coming out. Those are going to be super effective. So that's the DPS here for Madlib. I think is a great choice at this point. We do have Vikings, however. That is definitely going to counteract that. At least a little bit. Let's check the units tab for just a moment. Madlib does have a slightly better economy, but not by very much. Especially when you take into account mules. Getting a couple more gateways here. We still haven't got the extended thermal lance upgrade quite yet. And here comes some movement. Do have 2 Vikings cruising out here. A lot of marauders and a good amount of marines here. Let's see how many marauders that is. 12 marauders. Not bad at all. This stalker going to be getting the heck out of there. Going to go join his companions. See if these guys can hold this off. 2 Vikings here. Going to be able to take this Colossus out with relative speed. However, with good force field placement, This attack, or this defense rather, should go pretty well for Madlib. Down goes the Colossus. Is this going to be enough defense for Madlib? Oh, he's going to get in some more Zealots. That's definitely going to help here. Good force field there. A couple Marauders still living, though. Living and stimming, too. So, I mean, these guys going to be backing out here for just a moment. But nice attack there. Let's check units lost and see where we're at. It's actually fairly even here. Madlib losing just slightly more, but not by very much at all. So I think, all in all, great defense by Madlib. I mean, the big thing was the cost of the Colossus. Those things are just so expensive. But I like to tech switch out of those Colossus as soon as I have an engagement with Vikings. I usually go ahead and tech out of them, but sometimes it's good. Maybe switch things up a little bit. Mass them. Who knows? Who knows what the right answer is until it's all said and done. But we do have some stalkers out here in the center of the map, going to be maintaining the map control for just a little bit, watching to see if Vex is going to be pushing out again. Now notice that Vex is going to be securing another base. He's building this command center here. Probably going to fly it up here and not to the gold quite yet. If he was going to take the gold, he'd probably be taking the rocks out right now. But a couple of Colossus, though, these guys can be super effective, especially when you get them in numbers against a barracks-heavy army, infantry army, like we're seeing here from Vex. So this factory just kicking it over here. And we do have a missile turret going down. Looks like Vex wanting to make sure he's got some detection just in case. Well, hi, Sarah. Come here. Okay. Pretty good amount of gates here. We do have the Twilight Council, but looks like a drop about to commence here. However, it is being scouted. Templar Archives. I'm liking this switch here. Oh, these guys going to get the snipe on the Robo. Yes, they are. And Thermal Lance is going to be denied. Ouch! But we do have an expand here for Madlib. And the expand here for Vex looks like it's ready to go over there as well. So 3 base to 3 base. Let's check units lost for just a second. It's fairly even. Vex, wow, it's only 50 difference. My goodness. And going to be transferring some SCVs up there right away. Looks like this Nexus is complete for Madlib. Probably going to see a probe transfer from the main. Yes, we do. The pylon here. Are we going to see storms? Nope, there's zealots. Warping in a couple zealots here. Not going to happen. Vex ready and waiting to take care of that with these Vikings. Good idea there for Madlib, but my goodness, Vex was absolutely prepared for that. So well done. Going to be cruising out with his Vikings here. Wonder what he's going to be doing with these guys. Maybe just looking for more potential drops. Something like that. Anyway, let's take a look at the economy here. Unit's going to show that Madlib's still doing a pretty decent job on his probe count. Units lost shows that he has lost a little bit more than his opponent, though. Close the door. Thanks, Sarah. And another expand here from Madlib going down. Great. But nice looking unit composition here for Madlib. He does have four Colossus it looks like. And yeah, there's going to be Vikings, but these Vikings won't be able to take these guys out quite fast enough to really counteract that damage. Would like to see some serious storms. Where's his high temps? Can't quite get him in there. There we go. We got 6 high temps. Here we go, cruising out across the field. Are we going to be ready for this? Madlib going to have to back out there for just a second. Wants to make sure he's grouped up, ready to go. Wasn't quite expecting his opponent to be in the center of the map there. Scan going down. Wants to check the army composition. Notice that he's got these high temps kind of hidden in the back, though, so they're a little bit tough to see. May not quite be expecting High Templar. Can't even hardly see him better without the bars. Zealot's going to be getting out of the way for us. Looks like we are going to see an attack. Madlib is about maxed out here. Vex got a pretty decent spread, though, on these units. Oh, and Storm's going down. Immediately another Storm. Are we going to see some more? Oh, no, we did see an EMP there. That was a good Storm. And Madlib doing a lot of storms, a lot of damage. Way too many Colossus still alive after the first couple seconds of that battle. Here comes the Vikings, but these guys are in the wrong position to deal with this. Madlib got a very scary force going to be pushing into his opponent's base here. Still a lot of DPS in this army. He's got these Archons that are about to cruise up to the front. And the DPS of these Colossus just phenomenal at this point. Look at this, going to be laying waste to his opponent's base. Mining about to stop here at the expand. At the natural, here comes more Zealots. Stalker's going to be blinking up to the high ground, dealing with these reinforcements here for just a second. And all of this stuff going to be going down to GG there from Vex. That means we are going to go to Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Press 1 if you love Game 3 in a best of 3. We're going to be seeing that here in just a moment. It will be Vex's map pick. Don't alt-tab, stay right where you are. Always alt-StarCraft. We will see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack, and we have got serious live tournament action coming at you right now on MLG's Tall Dream Altar. We are going to be watching Game 3 in this best of 3 between Madlib and Vex. 1-1 at this point. The pressure on both players. They've got to take this down to move into the finals tonight, where we do have $5 on the line. Actually, you know what? Yeah, $5 on the line. And Vex going to be spawning as our green Terran over here at the top right side. And top left, we are going to find Madlib spawning as our red Protoss. So green versus red. Yeah, pauses are okay. But Vex going to be, it was an interesting play there from Vex in that last game. He went with that Mass Marine Marauder play with the Viking and Medevac support. It's beautiful play, but my goodness, Madlib just doing a phenomenal job with his storms and letting his, getting his stalkers to take out the Vikings fast enough where they just weren't able to do the damage to the Colossus that they needed to. And so just beautiful play. The Colossus really coming into action there, and that DPS adding up so much. So phenomenal stuff from both of these players. Vex seems like he's very comfortable with that 1-1-1 push early off one base right around the 9-minute mark. And it is good stuff. Oh, Totoro. Hey, on your sheet of paper, what is the timing for a Marine, Tank, Banshee, SCV all in? What's the timing on your sheet of paper there that you've got? Let us know what the standard timing is to start looking for that. Wonder if that's even on there. It may not be. But let's take a look. We do have some scouts cruising around the map here. Madlib headed up finally to this third base, and he is going to have to make it into his last spot. Unfortunately for him, it is probably going to be walled off by the time he gets there. Looks like Vex definitely going to be going for a wall off here. Does have a Marine cruising out, and his scout, lucky for him, headed in the correct direction, so he's going to get some good scouting intel in here in just a moment. See if this wall in's going to complete. Indeed it does. That's going to make old Madlib a little sad. Can't get into that base now, that's for sure. And there is a Marine already guarding here. Oh, poor probe. Didn't even quite get the scouting intel in that he needed. Do have a single gas here for Vex. So he's still deciding what he's wanting to do, I'm guessing. We'll see what it's going to be, but looks like Madlib definitely made his play here. He's going to get his double gas. That's indicative of some tech as well, or, I should say, heavy sentries. My guess is Madlib probably going to go for a 3-gate robo. Seems to favor that play here pretty solid. And it's not a bad play. I mean, 3-gate robo is great because it allows you, number one, to get out detection, as well as tech straight to Colossus if you need to once you've secured your second base. You can even do it off one base. I've seen Colossus rush off one base before. I've even done it before. Haha. But it can be tons of fun. Let's see. We got the Cybernetics Core going to be not really worrying about chrono boosting it quite yet. He is floating just a little bit extra energy, so we'll see what he's going to be using that for. Looks like, oh wow, nice timing here. 5 minutes into the game, going to be securing his second. Now we do have a tech lab for this factory, and a starport going down, and a reactor. So it looks like the starport probably going to go on the reactor, I'm guessing, which means medevacs. Medevacs tanks, either that or he's going to switch the starport with this after he gets out a couple tanks. Use this tech lab for some banshees. Who knows? We'll see. Or maybe he's just going to pump Marines and then just go ahead and build another tech lab here. I'm not entirely sure how some of those build orders go, but I've seen a couple different ways that people do it. So I'm going to guess Cloak Banshees. Yeah, there's tech labs, so this does look like Cloak Banshees. And you can tell because another reason is we've got double refineries going. And the expand is up and running here for Madlib. There's the robo. Oh, he's going to have to be careful with his placement of the... oh, this is bad. Okay, see, well, it's okay for right now for the observer, but if he has this rally point set across this blank space here, the units will spawn in that blank space and just be stuck. So you've got to note things like that. Oh man, this could potentially cost him the game. I mean, if he gets one immortal stuck in there, it's really going to cost him. So what he's got to do is set up a rally point here and then around the buildings. You can actually set more than one if you hold shift down. So here's a pro tip for you. If you hold shift down, you can make your waypoint, what do they call it, rally point. You can make your rally point go in more than one direction or more than one spot, so you can go click, 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 and have it go around stuff. But this could potentially cost him quite a bit, especially, I mean, look at this. If he's going for some Colossus and he gets a Colossus stuck in there, oh man, he is not going to be a happy camper. He's going to have to at least take out, he's going to have to take out this pylon, which means he'll probably unpower this building. It doesn't look like this one quite powers it. Maybe it does. I don't know, but he is supply blocked. But look at the rally point here. So what's going to happen when this guy pops out? Oh, brutal, brutal, brutal. That's just, oh man, I can't tell you guys how important some of those little things are, but you're about to see it. It's about to be a no fun deal. Let's take a look at what Vex has got going. He is going to be cruising out across the map here with a whole bunch of Marines. 3 tanks in tow. And double Banshees. Cloak not complete. Not even started, so not going to be going for Cloak here. And Madlib going to be gearing up for his defense. Now watch this. Watch what happens. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. Looked like there was enough space there. Alright, laugh at Knack. This is your big chance, ladies and gentlemen. Oh well. I guess it just needed one more spot. If it was down one more, maybe. I don't know. Looked like there was space there. However, here's the defense. Is this going to be enough? Now notice the tank's going to be getting into position here. Happily going to be blasting away. And this side of this expand about to be demolished. Notice that Madlib not going to be getting... Not going to be getting ahead of himself, not going to rush out into this tank fire and try and make this happen. He's just going to kind of sit back and try and get up the units that he thinks will be able to hold this off. Here comes some more. Nice attack. This is exactly the angle he wants to be attacking from at this point. The problem is he's got to focus down these Banshees eventually, otherwise they're going to be alive. And no AA! Yikes! Oh my goodness, and not yet again this push from Vex, just too much to deal with. Oh yeah, you usually don't. You're right, Impreza. You usually don't get Cloak for this build. However, Vex did get Cloak for this build in game number 1. So I was just thinking that he might do the same thing, but yeah, usually for this build you don't need Cloak. And the expand now down for Madlib. Going to have a lot of trouble holding this off. What does he have here for defense? Not tons. He's warping in units as fast as he possibly can. Got to get some probes in on this, but they're getting stuck in the choke. Oh, yikes. No problem, Impreza. Love having you, buddy. And this is the last ditch effort. 2 tanks sieged up and a mass of Marines with these Banshees overhead. Just too much to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. So brutal, says Madlib. I agree. Nice push from Vex back to his good old 1-1-1. And that is game. Vex will be cruising into the finals here in just a second, and so will we. So stay where you are. Don't alt-tab. Always alt-StarCraft. We will see you guys in just a moment.